Welcome into this week's edition of Rolling with Stone. Courtney Davis alongside head coach Tom Stone. Big weekend on tap, but first let's take a quick look back. First Big 12 win came last week in a big fashion, 3-0 over TCU. Tough one on Sunday, though, against West Virginia. Your thoughts overall once you've looked back on the weekend?
I mean, there were a lot of good moments for sure, and the Friday night game was tricky, and we took care of business, 3 goals in the first half, and got out of there with the 3 points. On Sunday, we faced what I think is one of the best teams in the country. They deserve the win. However, watching film, man, we left a lot on the table. I think we handed them 2 of the 4, and that's really not like us. So we spent the week addressing that while giving full credit to those guys for what they were able to get done on our field and get us ready for this weekend.
Texas comes in. You guys are ranked 17th, but it's always a tough match with Texas. What are you looking out of the Longhorns this weekend, and what is it that they really bring to the table that causes issues?
Well, you know, all the Big 12 teams are quality, and this team is super athletic. They've got a couple goal scorers that have been finding the back of the net recently, and they're a really well-coached team. You know, they're more direct than most of the teams we play and love the set piece and love corner kicks more than most of the teams that we see. And they pose a lot of problems. They also have the best keeper in the conference, if not the country. So there's a lot of hurdles there. We're glad that we've got them here and looking forward to Friday night.
On Sunday, you'll hit the road down to Waco to face off with the Baylor Bears. It's always a unique matchup. The Big 12 Conference, from top to bottom, though, 8 out of the 9 teams are over 500. What is it with really the strength of the conference as a whole?
Well, I think a big part of it is just the overall athleticism. Everybody's super organized. All the teams are fit. They're highly competitive. You know, you saw some weekends this year where our top teams played top teams from around the country, and we were winning most of those games. So it is a tough road trip to Waco because the team is as combative as you'll find, and they're the most unique team in our conference in the style that they play. They'll match your formation, they'll mark you man to man, they'll chase you all over the place, and you got to be able to deal with that and find enough of your own identity along the way to try to make enough offense to win the game. Playing Baylor for every team in the conference is tricky. We'll try to be ready for them, and you know, Sunday soccer is always a little sloppy, so we'll hope for the best and you know, get our team ready.
As you enter into really the second half of the season and build towards postseason play throughout the Big 12 Conference, how important is 2 wins this weekend, and what's it going to take?
Every point gets you closer to a higher seed, and I think everybody wants to finish as high as they possibly can. And so it's not that this weekend has 6 points that are mandatory. It's every weekend has points for you, and you've got to take them from as many games as possible. You know, so far we've taken them from 3 out of 4, and last year at this time I think we'd only taken them from 1. So we're ahead of schedule from last year, but not yet where we want to be. We've talked a lot about this team finding its stride towards the end of the year. Well, we're getting closer to the end of the year. So the offense is playing well, the defense is coming together, and we've got 2 great goalkeepers. So, you know, we're not afraid of using either one of them either.
Well, best of luck, Coach. The Red Raiders will be back in action at the John Walker Soccer Complex, hosting Texas at 7 p.m. on Friday. The first 200 Texas Tech students will get in free with a Texas Tech scarf. And then on Sunday, if you can't make it to Waco, you can catch the match at 1 p.m. on Fox Sports Southwest as the Red Raiders look to improve yet again in the Big 12 Conference. We'll see you here next week.